Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the directions on the CDC of how to sew a face mask. Now, I don't like one little part they said, so I may change it just a bit. Just because, well, sewing people know you don't want to see a seam. Anyway, the first thing it said on number one, it says cut two 10 by 6-inch rectangles of cotton fabric. Use tightly woven cotton, such as quilting fabric or cotton sheets. T-shirt fabric will work in a pinch. And it's telling you to make sure they're 10 by 6. Okay, then in the directions, it tells you to stack them and then fold them and sew a seam around all of them or both of them together. But I got a better suggestion for you. Take them and take them right sides together, just like this. That's the right side, and it doesn't matter with the solid. Put them together. I'm going to pin them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in my machine and I'm going to sew around like 3/8 inch seam on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do that first. So right where I'm pinning here is where I'm going to sew. So I'm going to put this in my machine. And it's difficult to see with the camera, but that's why I'm explaining it to you. So I'm going to sew from the top to the bottom, 3/8 inch seam on this side and on this side. So let's. So one side, and then I'm going to do this on the other side. Awesome. Now I'm going to turn them right side out. And I like to, I'm going to go up to my iron and I'm going to iron these flat. Then after I iron them flat, I'm going to take this to the inside and I'm going to fold about a quarter inch, and then one more time like that. And I'm going to iron it and pin it. And I'll show you that when I do it. Okay, so next step is to put your elastic through. That's what it says. It says run a 6-inch length of 1/8 inch wide elastic through the wider hem on each side of the cloth face covering. These will be the ear loops. Now, the problem with that is what they're talking about, this 1/8 inch wide elastic is, well, it's a hot commodity right now. It's pretty hard to find. So 6 inches of it, it'd be great. Like if you happen to have some like in your sewing drawer like I do, but most people don't. And it's really hard to find right now. So what could you use instead? Well, it suggests using an elastic hairband, but that's difficult too because ponytail holders are too small. You can't put it through because you have to cut it and then you don't have enough room to tie it. So you can use other things. So something non-elastic, you're going to need a lot more of it. So this is just ribbon. I happen to have this ribbon laying around, and you might have some that you use maybe for gifts or other crafts. You can use any kind of ribbon or shoestring. If you have an extra pair of shoe ties for your athletic shoes, you might be able to use that. So I did this. I made it twice as long. So it says 6 inches of elastic, but you're going to need 12 inches of something that's not stretchy. So my non-stretchy ear band, I'm going to put on a safety pin. You could have did this too if you have the elastic, same process. Put it in, and I do it like this: squish, 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 pull, squish, 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 pull. So I keep doing that to feed it through. Pull. Just don't lose your end, or you have to do it all over again. Pull it through. There we go. So I do it like that, take my pin off, then I want to tie this in a knot. So I hold the two together, wrap it around my finger, tie the knot very close to the end, like this, very, very close, just like that. There you go. And you're going to do that with the other side too. All right, this is the second way that the CDC recommends making a mask. And basically you just need a t-shirt, and then you're gonna cut off the bottom of the t-shirt. So on the tutorial, it tells you to measure up 7 to 8 inches up. So I'm gonna go 7 inches. So I make a little mark 7, and I make a little mark 7. And then I'm just going to connect those lines so I can make sure I cut it straight. Or you see I have a cutting mat, and if you have a rotary cutter, that's a lot more helpful, but I'm showing you as if you didn't have any of those tools, and all you have is a pencil and a ruler, and what you're going to need is some scissors then. So once you do that, you're going to cut through both pieces of the fabric. So basically you're cutting off the bottom of the t-shirt. So this is a great way because most people have at least one old t-shirt in your house, right? All right, so then you don't need that. Save that for something else. Okay, then after you have this tube, then what it tells you to do is cut some straps out of it. So you're gonna, it says to go 6 to 7 inches this way. And what you're gonna do is just cut out pretty much a rectangle out of here, and this is gonna become the straps, and then that's gonna become the face mask. So I'm gonna figure if we have 7 inches here, I want about an inch strap. So I'm gonna mark off an inch from each side. And then I'm going to make myself, it says 6 to 7 inches. So remember, I'm going on the smaller side. So then I'm gonna just wanna draw maybe about 6 inches in. Line about 6 inches in. And then connect that like this. So then I'm going to cut out this little piece here. And what's going to happen is it doesn't have to be super accurate because this is a t-shirt. It's like actually going to fold up on you anyway. It's going to kind of roll up. So once you cut this out, okay, you don't need that. And then what happens is, oh, and then, sorry, got a little ahead of myself. Then you want to cut these straps apart. So let me go back here. So these two, I just want to cut them apart. Snip. So you can actually tie them like that. Okay. And then what's going to happen is this goes around the front of your face, around, and then you have these to tie as tight as you need to tie them. You can adjust this to see how much more you want to do it. It really just depends on how much, how wide your shirt was from the beginning. You can cut in more, and that way you have more of a strap to tie. It's just really up to you. That's what I would suggest. I'm following the directions that they presented on the CDC personally. You know me, I'm always modifying. Okay, I would have went in a little farther so you don't have all that extra stuff on your face. So, like so. But play around with it because it is a very useful way to make a quick face mask. So you put this on your front and then you just tie this around the back of your head. Another point with this face mask that we made, if you made it even a little longer, if you went with the 8 inches or with the 7 inches, depending on the size of your face, when you put it on your face, you can double it, and then you have doubled piece of fabric. What I like about this, after trying it on and putting it on, is that this T-shirt fabric is very, very comfortable. It's very breathable, but yet it's durable and bleachable. So you can easily throw this in the wash and it's going to hold up. So there you go. Positive face mask right there. All right, here's the third option for a face mask, according to the CDC. It's using a bandana and 2 ponytail holders. Again, stuff you probably already have in the house. It's amazing when you start digging through your drawers what you find. So I found like 3 bandanas in my house and I don't ever remember wearing them. So maybe you have some too. The bandana is about, it says on the CDC, 20 by 20 square. So even if you don't have a bandana, maybe you just have a towel, a thin towel or a sheet or a pillowcase that you could cut 20 by 20-ish. Mine's 21. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to fold it. So I'm going to flip it over and it tells you, I'm reading straight from the tutorial, it tells you to fold it in half like that. And then it says fold top down, fold bottom up. So what they're talking about is I turned up the raw edge up first and I do it about halfway. So you can estimate what halfway is like this. So you're folding it kind of in thirds and then bring the top down like that. So the folded side is what's on the inside. So you see, folded, and there you go. All right, so we got it in thirds. Then it tells you to place the rubber bands, and yeah, you can use rubber bands or hair ties. I got my little ponytail holders here. They're coming in a lot of use for all my projects here. And it tells you to put them about 6 inches apart. So if you look here, I'm going to slide this one to about there and this one to about there. So I have them about 6 inches apart. Then it tells you to take the one end and fold it in, because remember, this is what's going to go around your ear. And then what I did was I just tucked it under here. And then you take the other one and fold it over, because that's going to go around your ear. And you could just lay that on top. And then basically you're done, because then what this does is this is where your face goes, and this goes around an ear, and this goes around the ear. So it kind of looks like that on that side. All right, so we completed all 3. This is the sewn face cloth mask. And then we have the quick cut t-shirt face covering, no sew method, and you can do it single around, or you can double it for extra protection. And then we have the bandana face covering, where you just use the bandana, you just folded it up. And then what I like about this one is it's adjustable to anybody's size face. So you could share this one if you had to, and easily washable. This one I like because it's soft and, again, easy to wash. And then this one, of course, is the most complicated because you need a sewing machine. And remember, I altered it a little bit and made it like real sewers would do it. Okay, so regardless, there you have 3 face coverings. Make sure you wear them and be safe.